Man, I feel like at least once every hour, someone has messaged me, hey, Stix, why haven't you done a video yet on the Genshin FTC drama? Why is your channel void and barren of that information? Everyone is talking about it. You can't be the only person not doing a video. So here we are. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a look. That way, people can stop DMing me, they can stop tagging me on Twitter. And oh my god, she's so adorable! Chat, I'm so distracted by what's going on right now. I want to talk and I want to concentrate, but I can't. She's just the cutest character you've ever seen in your life. Oh my god. Man. Her idle animations are actually so good. Man. Alright, we gotta focus here. We have to focus. FTC says Genshin Impact deceived children. Orders its publisher to pay a $20 million fine and stop selling loot boxes to kids. I think this is a good move. I know there are some content creators out there that made videos, made statements defending it, saying, no, this is terrible. I think this is a good move. I do. Genshin Impact deceived children, but not only Genshin. I feel like every developer deceived players the same way, right? I don't think Genshin, I don't understand how Genshin deceived children, honestly. Teens and other players into spending hundreds of dollars on prizes they stood little chance of winning. That's Gacha, right? That's just Gacha in a nutshell. I feel like, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. I don't think Genshin has deceived children, teens, and other players into spending hundreds of dollars on prizes they stood little chance of winning. Because when I went into Genshin and I went to pull in Genshin was actually my very first gacha game. When I went into Genshin Impact and I opened the summoning window, it clearly states you have a very little chance of obtaining any of the stuff you want in this game. Every character you see here will cost you hundreds of dollars. Every weapon you see here will cost you hundreds of dollars. If you want to burn all of your money, all of your savings, your entire wallet, if you want to mortgage your house, by all means, please continue. That is what I saw when I went into Genshin Impact. That is what I see whenever I go into gacha games. I don't know how this is deceiving children. I guess if the children don't go into the, the rates windows, maybe. Teens, clearly they lack reading comprehension, if that's the case, or no attention span whatsoever. And other players, just like, are these adults? Is that what they're saying? Just people with bad luck? Or were they deceived? Just your average dude? Your average 33-year-old guy? Are we talking like people, old people, elderly? I don't know. Genshin is the biggest profile game for them to go after. That is true. Yeah, well, I mean, no. That's actually not true. Technically, according to Hoyo Players Online, Honkai Star Rail makes the most, so therefore Honkai Star Rail should, in theory, be the most popular. Every child has their own credit card, makes total sense. Yeah, exactly. Every child has their own credit card. They do. Yeah, their own separate bank account, too. Genshin Impact publisher Cognisphere, another name for Hoyo, has agreed to pay a $20 million fine. So they agreed to that. Hey, okay, they didn't even bother fighting it? Okay, they just admitted, yeah, okay, sure, we'll pay the $20 million fine. They will block children under the age of 16 from making in-game purchases without parental consent in settlement with the U.S. Federal Trade Commission over allegations that it violated the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act and deceived children and other users. I like how they keep saying other users. I genuinely wish they would define what other users are. About the real costs of in-game transactions and odds of obtaining rare prizes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you click the rate window, it tells you have a 0.8% chance of obtaining a character, right? Like, there is a clearly defined rate in there. I'm not misremembering this, right? There is somewhere that clearly defines the rates for characters, right? And for weapons. So, I mean, they even state here, right? 5-star characters have dude, go away. A 6% base rate of acquisition. So these rates are clearly defined. I don't understand where they're getting this from, why they're claiming that they're deceiving players, because you can literally click it and see. I mean, the same applies to games like Arcanite Enfield, Wuthering Waves. So by that same train of thought, by that logic, they're going to target everyone else, right? They've accepted the fine, and it says that many of the FTC's allegations are inaccurate. Okay. A complaint filed by the U.S. Department of Justice alleged that Cognisphere, operated as Hoyoverse in the U.S., actively marketed Genshin Impact to children. Well, they don't call Genshin Impact a kids game for nothing, right? And collected personal information from them in violation of COPPA rules. They deceived players about the odds and costs of winning prizes in loot boxes. But again, I personally believe that they clearly defined these rates. So I don't know where the basis is for that claim. Uses a challenging and confusing purchasing system that misleads consumers about the amount of money that players spend on loot boxes on an ongoing basis and the amount of money that players would likely need to spend to obtain certain prizes. No, did it not state that there were teenagers? Okay, so teenagers. If there is a 0.8% of unit acquisition and you need to do 80 pulls to obtain a unit, right? Any teenager that goes to even public school should be able to do the math. In theory, they should be able to do the math, but then it does say within the US. I'm from Australia. I'm Australian, so maybe I'm just using Australian standards here, and maybe as an Australian, I would just assume, you know, I think, Genshin's is 90 pulls rather, not 80. I would just assume a person could do the math here and judge whether or not, or at what rate they would be able to actually obtain the characters at. But they do state that you are guaranteed the character by 180 pulls if you fail your 50-50 at 90, right? They state you will get a character by 90. I don't understand this. I feel like the entire premise of this is the fact that they're deceiving people, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Kids can't read? Yeah, I don't know. They're saying deceived. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see any deception here thus far. The entire premise and basis for it is that they're misleading people when there are so many indicators on screen of what the rates are. Were their parents? I don't know. Maybe playing FIFA 25. Busy in Elden Ring trying to beat that final boss that they can't beat. Maybe playing Wuthering Waves. Genshin Impact deceived children, teens, and other players into spending hundreds of dollars on prizes they stood little chance of winning, said Samuel Levine, director of the FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection. Companies that deploy these dark pattern tactics will be held accountable if they deceive players, particularly kids and teens, about the true costs of in-game transactions, yet they clearly state repeatedly 0.8% math. It should be taught in public schools. Dark patterns, also called dark design, is a term for elements of a UI that are purposefully designed to be deceptive, typically with the goal of tricking users into doing things unintentionally. Hold on, is it purposefully deceptive? What does it say? What does it actually look like when you look at these images? Nothing about this looks deceptive to me. Rate up. Chance of obtaining up. Hold on, here's weapon banner. Maybe they're using the weapon banner here. Well, clearly not using the weapon banner there. None of these make it, none of this is deceptive. None of this would make you believe you obtain the characters like for spending $1. Do they show the 0.8% in game? I'm pretty sure, like in, you know, Arknight's Enfield and other gacha games, when you go to recruit a character, there's always a bit of, there's always a tab where you can see the rate of unit acquisition and then the rate at which you could obtain each tier of character. I believe that's the case, right? That's the same in Genshin. Zion's got us here, chat. So let's see how deceptive this is. Here is the Event Wish tab. Mabaika. Percentage of 5-star drop, 50%. Percentage of 4-star drop, 50%. Details. 5-star items for the Ancient Flame Ablaze. Base opportunity of winning a 5-star character is 0.6%. Consolidated probability, including a guarantee, is 1.6%. Guaranteed to win a 5-star character at least once per 90 attempts. So they clearly outline and define the rate of unit acquisition right here, followed by the fact that you are guaranteed to win a character, a 5-star character, at least once per 90 attempts. They tell you that there is a 50% chance the first time you win a 5-star item in the event that it will be the promotional character. If the first 5-star character you win in this event, which is not the promotional character, the next 5-star character, which once again has a clearly defined rate of unit acquisition there, is guaranteed to be the promotional character. You can further actually see the available items that you can wish for, the percent of unit acquisition here. Everything is very clearly outlined and defined. So I'm assuming where the devs here believe that many of the FTC's allegations are inaccurate, that is one of them, because that is not deceptive at all to me. That is not at all inaccurate to me. That extra button click, like having to click details, defining all of this, right? Defining all of this information on the same page, like that just seems illogical to me. Having like half the page or most of the page just obscured by text like that, when you can literally just click details. But let's continue. It is a growing concern in the video game industry. In 2022, Epic Games reached $520 million settlement with the FTC over a complaint that included allegations of a dark pattern usage in Fortnite. Attorney Eric Weiss told PC Gamer 2024 that game makers should be exceedingly careful with their designs because of increasing FTC vigilance. Dark patterns are out there in the wider world too. In 2023, for instance, FTC filed a complaint against Amazon for using manipulative, coercive, and deceptive user interface designs known as dark patterns to trick consumers into signing up for automatically renewing Prime memberships. Really? How did... Okay, sure. Under the terms of the settlement, which must first be approved by a federal judge, Cognisphere will pay a $20 million fine to make the following changes to Genshin Impact. So they're making changes to the game. That is big. That's surprising. Okay. Children under 16 will not be allowed to purchase loot boxes without parental consent. So does that just mean that like kids are just gonna have to use their parents' account to top up? Like, hey mom, can I use your phone for 2 seconds? Log into Genshin, buy their top up? Or like what does that mean? How is that gonna be like fully reinforced or fully enforced rather? All loot boxes available for purchase with virtual currency will also be made available for direct purchase using real money. Okay, so wait, what? Wait, virtual currency will also be made available for direct purchase using real money. So what they mean is that, so for, as example, a 10 pull in Genshin is what, 1,600 Primo Gems? So does that just mean you're gonna pay $10, just like a base like rate, real money rate, rather than a premium currency? So 1,600 Primo Gems is like $10. What does that actually do? Like, okay, cool. One less step, I guess, to purchase and then convert it. Probably lie about the age. Yeah, exactly. I never had to insert any age thing when I do anything on my phone. I don't know. Watch them start selling characters. Yeah, they might actually just sell characters for actual money then. Oh, you want this character? Here, 200 bucks. Loot box odds and exchange rates for multi-tiered virtual currency will be accurately disclosed and not misrepresented. Accurately disclosed and not misrepresented? Hello? Have they never read the details tab in the game? This is accurately displayed and not at all misrepresented. I don't know. Who is this guy? What's his name? Sean? Samuel Levine clearly has never actually booted up Genshin Impact chat or a gacha game. Any personal information collected from players under the age of 13 will be deleted unless permission to keep the data is obtained from parents. Again, I'm curious how they're going to enforce that. All COPPA regulations, including its notice and consent requirements, will be complied with. Okay. Well, that is interesting. Genshin loot boxes will likely get an overhaul. Will they? I mean, overhaul is a strong word. They are definitely going to be purchasable. Like some of the things are, all of the things are going to be purchasable with real money now. So that's going to be interesting. But I don't understand, like, they're not going to need to change the actual rates of the game at all, because they are, again, clearly defined and outlined. So that makes absolutely no sense. Most of these sites hate gamers to begin with. I don't know. This is a big, this feels like a, what essentially happened was the FTC don't understand how gacha games work and have just decided to go, you know what? Let's punish them for things that we don't in fact understand and never will, on the basis that we think we understand what's going on, but we don't. That is stupid. No, I do believe gacha games should have their gacha rates altered to make it more free-to-play friendly for us. But that right there is stupid, in my opinion. Hey, where do you think you're going? I see what you're doing there. I see you navigating on over, scrolling on over to that X button. Don't you dare. What I need you to do is take a moment and click one of the videos that are about to appear as soon as I'm done talking. And trust me, you're gonna wanna.